Well, was it around that time that you thought that the NF put a hit on you?
Around that time?
Yeah.
No, there was no reason for me to it didn't happen like that. No, I think what you might be talking about is when they came to search me, when everything kind of went down. Is that what you're talking about?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so when they came, by then I got into a shootout out in San Jose that got me under an investigation, and that's kind of what got everything started. I found the GPS tracking devices under my cars, me and my second in command, and I knew everything was coming to an end. But so they raided my house on June 11, 2004. They raided the house. When they were coming in, the whole house started shaking. I knew that it could only be one of three things. Either somebody was trying to come in and rob me, somebody had told on me, or the NF sent a squad to come take me out. And I hadn't done nothing. I didn't do nothing wrong. But I've been playing this game long enough to understand that even guys that do everything right, righteously show loyalty to this organization, it's cutthroat politics, man. Somebody could be pushing an agenda, and next thing you know, they're whacking you behind something you didn't even do. That's how, their politicking is just a little bit better, you know what I mean? And that's what ends up happening. But obviously it wasn't that. I was getting raided. Somebody told on me.
What was that shootout over?
The shootout was when I was told to move to San Jose. I didn't know the area that I moved in. It was a fucking Sureño neighborhood. It was like one of their strongholds. I would find out later that I was right in the middle of a Sureño neighborhood on Impala out there in Campbell. And something happened a couple days before where something happened in front of my apartment that led to them coming back, knocking out all my windows. I get a call from my girl. She's screaming like they're fucking breaking all the windows. They're trying to get in. I get there, they're gone. I knew they were coming back. I replaced all the windows, and I basically had like 15 guns in that apartment. Then I had an apartment next door to mine with 2 NR members and another 15 guns. You know how many? There was a lot of guns in there. It was overkill. I had to put a gun on every window sill, one on the kitchen table, one on the living room table. They ended up coming through. So we ended up getting to a shootout, and that's what led to me being investigated. I left, I grabbed the money, grabbed my girl, and they found a bunch of kites, a bunch of things that led them to believe that I was involved in criminal activity.
Okay, so you got arrested again over that whole situation.
Right.
Okay, so where do you go back to now? Which prison?
That's game over from that point. 2004, they got me, that was it. I'm a 3-striker. I just got raided by several agencies. I'm the main target in that investigation. So they told me when they raided my house, we know what you're doing. We know you're running a NF regiment out here. We know your second in command is. I had a limousine business that I was using as a front to clean the money through. I was running the dope money through the business, money laundering. I had all kind of stuff going on. And, I stayed in the county jail for 10 years fighting this case.
Well, right, because you're facing 155 years to life.
That's correct.
Which is that's just a crazy concept. 155 to life. That means that if you do your 155 years, you might still get life after that.
I might have been able to do half of that, but I don't think I would have been able to do the whole 155, man. Yeah.
Right, no one can do 155 years. Okay, how much fear did that strike in your heart, knowing that this is it, strike 3, life in prison?
I mean, honestly, when I signed up for the NF, I knew that this day was coming. I was told that before I made my commitment. The guy that pulled me was like, this lifestyle, it ain't for everybody. There's only 2 things that are gonna happen to you. You're either gonna spend the rest of your life in prison, or you're gonna die trying to push this organization's, advancement forward. So I knew that day was coming. I just always hoped that it would come later than sooner. So nobody wants to spend the rest of their life in prison, but I was at peace with it, man. When they came and got me, I knew that I was in trouble. My girl was there when they raided the house at that time, and I told them right there, hey, everything that you find in here, I'll take it on the chin. It's all mine. She don't got nothing to do with anything going on here. The dope, it's all mine, the weapons. So my thing was just to cut her loose. I'd always told her I'd never let her get caught up. That was my lifestyle. So I buried myself. I was a 3 striker, and I knew I was basically locking myself down on a life commitment, a life sentence.
Yeah, I remember I interviewed this one Mexican rapper named Sad Boy Loco, who was gang affiliated. And I remember one of the things that struck me was he said that as a kid, he aspired to be a shot caller and do life in prison as a gang leader.
Yeah, I seen that.
And at that time, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
And at that time, that seemed like totally logical to him. As an adult, he understands that that's crazy.
When you're a youngster, your dream is to hit Pelican Bay and all that stuff, you feel me? But as you become older and like you have kids and shit, and you have homies that are already there, or, you know what I mean? And see what it really is, you kind of change your views in life and shit. Like, I got homies that are doing life sentences right now, like 3, 4 life sentences on top of their head.
Were a lot of people in your circle thinking the same way? Like, oh, you know, my aspiration is to be a leader of the NF and be in solitary confinement 23 hours a day and never see anything, but I'm still a leader and I'm still a shot caller.
Yes, as stupid as it sounds, that's part of that lifestyle. It comes with the territory. I mean, a lot of guys look at prison as a means to get like the credibility that, you know, once you've been in the joint, especially like the shoot programs, you have that credibility. That's something that, you know, helps give them status. So, yeah, I don't think, you know, with all due respect to Sad Boy, I don't think I ever aspired to do life in prison, but I wanted to be a shot caller. I wanted to be a part of that gang lifestyle, but I understood that came with the territory.